talk about is where you're going. People don't follow you where you're at, they follow you for where you're going. Right? So based on where they're at, then I talk to them about the vision for the company, where we're going, and how they would fit in. So that's what I do.
So even though you don't have that income, you still sell them the drinks?
Yeah. I would talk about what I'm doing in 2020. Based on my business plan, based on what I got lined up, in 2020, looks like I'll make $250,000. By the way, the reason I'm telling you about this business is I don't want to leave you behind. Because I'm going to go make $250,000 next year, I don't want to leave you behind. And oh, by the way, if I don't tell you about this business, you're going to hear it from somebody else. Just like the cab driver already heard it from somebody else. You know what I would say? You know what my team is taught? Hey, you haven't heard it from me though. We're the best team. We're part of Rohit's team. We're the MVP team. I don't care if you heard about WFG from someone else. You haven't heard it from me. Right? We're the MVP team, right? I'm sorry you got the wrong impression. We're the best. I don't care about the rest. We're the best. You got to hear from me. And they go, I'm sorry. I go, yeah, now apologize.
Yeah, man.
Tell me one thing.
Bombay,
If I go back and talk about Terry Dolan, he recruited me. He was more broke than me. He was so desperate. I can describe, honestly, no disrespect to that great man. I saw his suit that he was wearing was hanging like it's been never ironed. The pockets were hanging. The trousers that he was wearing, the car that he parked, my car was still Volvo parked outside, brand new Volvo outside. I didn't have the money, but I'm a luxury man. His car was not even $200. But he sold me $1 million dream. I asked him this to him, what kind of money do you make? He says, you know what? I'm not making a dime at this time, but I'm going to make millions. That was the confidence, that's what exactly he's talking about. What's you just share with people where he headed. He sold me that $1 million dream being broke. Where is he now? Exactly where he thought he would be. Make sense?
Yes.
It's no disrespect. People come from whatever background you come. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, but think about where you headed. What's your future? He sold me the dream, and all that he told me, all promises that he made to me, from WFG point of view, every promise has been fulfilled.
And he's living a dream life, by the way. You understand his lifestyle? Incredible. Absolutely incredible. That just shows you're one recruit away from an explosion. You're one recruit away from an explosion. And that's the explosion right there.
You're part of it.
Yep. So a couple challenges that I have for this team. Number one, the next 90 days, you got to go all out. 90-day mad person cycle. December, January, February, or January, February, March. When's the last time you went on a 90-day mad person cycle? Just went nuts for 90 days. You can create a habit in 21 days, and you can change your life in 90 days. I gave this example last night to all the EMDs and above. There was this guy that came up to me, and he said, hey, I'm thinking of quitting the business. I'm not doing very well. And I said, I agree, you should quit the business. You're actually doing really bad. And I feel sorry for you, you should probably quit. And he said, he kind of like, what? Right? And I said, but before you quit, I said, when's the last time you went crazy 12, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for 90 days? He said, I've been in the company 8 years and I've never done it once. I go, yeah, I could tell. I noticed. I said, in our business, we have something called the 90-day mad person cycle, and anybody that does it absolutely explodes. Right? I said, I want to challenge you. I think you should quit, but before you quit, I want you to try to give this everything you got. So then when you quit, you don't quit with regret. You don't quit with regret. You just give your very best for 90 days, go all out, and then see what happens. And if it doesn't happen for you, then you should quit. He said, all right, deal. We shook on it. He said, I'm going to give my best for 90 days. I said, your very best. He said, I'm going to give my very best. He went crazy 90 days, calling everybody, prospecting, recruiting, selling, everything. At that point, 8 years in the business, he's only making $60,000 a year. Right now, he's making over $600,000 a year. At those 90 days, he found a couple good people, and he never, ever, ever looked back. And that guy was my cousin, who's now a CEO of the company, right? Just doing amazing, right? And you could change your life in 90 days. So that's my 90-day challenge, right? Give your very best for 90 days. It'll change your life, okay?
Who's ready for it?
Another challenge I would give this team is I think you guys had about 200 people, 250 people here at this convention. My challenge for you for next convention for Wealthful is to have 1,000 people there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to think big. You got to think big, right? Have 1,000 people there at next convention. I mean, you guys can do it, right? Another challenge on that 90-day challenge, you got to get your next level, get your next promotion level. Remember I talked about on Saturday, I said non-stop to the top. Non-stop to the top. What's the next level? What's the next position? What's the next level? What if everybody changed their promotion level the next 90 days? I mean, that could happen. That could happen. By the way, is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to be worth it? Yes. Bottom line. So I like that it's not easy. I like that most people quit because that's more room for us. You know, it's lonely at the top and it's crowded at the bottom. That's the truth. It's lonely at the top and it's crowded at the bottom. And you all deserve to be at the top with us. That's the great thing about our company. We could all be at the top together. That's the powerful thing. What's your challenge for this team?
I'm going to give that one challenge. Would you like Amit Sodhi to beat your team?
No.
He's coming after you. He's coming after you. He's fired up. He's nothing wrong about it. He's a competitive dude. He wants to compete. He wants to fight. You guys are way ahead of him, but he wants to take you out. Would you allow him to take you out?
No.
So make sure that you compete at the highest. Everybody, end of the day, everybody's winning. Everybody's winning. They have right to win, you have right to win. Nobody can stop. I can compete with him, he can compete with him. He doesn't have to compete with me anymore now. But I have to compete with him if I want to. He's coming after you. His only one goal is to, nothing wrong, to win for himself. In the process, he wants to take out Rohit's team. Would you allow him?
No.
But that's the name of the game. So that's my challenge to you. Compete at the highest level. Nobody is going to lose. This is a marathon. No, it's not a sprint that Rohit wins or he wins. Everybody is winning. You compete at the highest level, you're winning. So next 90 days, challenge yourself. You're going to multiply your numbers manifold. You're going to go relentless 90 days without fail. You're going to build some super leaders in your team. You're going to find them, you're going to build them, you're going to take them to the next level. And I promise you, if this team does $1 million one more time, I mean, $1 million in income, Rohit and you all make $1 million, I'm thinking, can I call you back again for this team for $1 million? Rajat Ali was calling to check with you, are you making this?
I got one more challenge real quick for this team. Ready? Number one, you guys heard I have 162 licensed agents in my base shop. I want to challenge Rohit's base shop to get to 100 licensed agents. When you get to 100 licensed agents, that's when things get really, really fun. Right? If you're in Rohit's base shop, do you guys think you can do that? Yes. Good. My next challenge is get that EVC knocked out. Remember I mentioned that my guy Peter Lee beat your guys' team to EVC? That's okay. You don't have to be first, but you got to be next. So I want to challenge you guys to knock out this EVC promotion, whether it's at the end of December, whether it's at the end of January, you got to knock out the EVC promotion, right? You got to get that done, okay? And then last but not least, number 3, have something called a do or die spirit. You got to be thinking, remember what Juan Jaime said? I'm going to make it here, or shoot, you better send the flowers because I'm going to die trying, right? And if you want it bad enough, you're going to find a way to get it. Simple as that. Just get really good at this. Like, think about it. Some of you guys went to school and you tried very, very hard to get good grades, and at the end, all you did was get a letter, A, B, C, D, or F. And then you had your job and you worked hard and you don't have really nothing to show for it. Here, if you get good at this business, you'll make millions and millions of dollars and change your last name forever. It's worth it. Have that do or die spirit. You gotta actually convince yourself that God put me on this earth to obviously provide for my family and do big things, but this is what I'm going to do. right? I'm going to do this, I'm going to make it here, or you better send the flowers because I'm going to die trying, right? I was in the business for 5 years in this company, and I still thought I was a football player. Because that was my dream, to play in the NFL and play professional football. And people used to introduce me, oh, this is the football player, right? I'm not a football player anymore. You understand? This is what I do. For some of you, you're not your old job anymore. This is what you do. Stop saying, oh, I'm an engineer, oh, I'm a truck driver, oh, I work at a restaurant. No, you do this. This is what you do. This is your career. This is your business. And when you take it more seriously, everybody else is going to take you more seriously as well. So I just want to say thank you for having me here today. Rohit, I think you're a stud. I'm excited for you and your future wife's future wedding. That's going to be awesome. And I want you to know, you guys have an incredible leader with Rohit. And this guy right here is an amazing, amazing man. I hope you feel blessed to be on Harinder's team. So thank you guys for having me.